Chad Brendel, Bearcat Journal, here with head coach Luke Fickell, day 2 of camp. Only 2 days in, but are you happy so far with what you've seen, the intensity, the effort you're getting?
I think the thing that we can evaluate from today is, did you get better from the first day to the second day? And the things we emphasize and our ability to play faster. And I don't just mean the number of plays we get, but the mechanics in between plays and building that routine to get yourself back to the line of scrimmage, whether O-line, D-line, or even the secondary. I think I saw a lot more of that today, energy and things like that, and practice a lot faster.
Offensively, they've been going over the top and attacking. Is that, one, something you want from them, and two, maybe to test? You've got a young secondary to put them on.
And we got to find out who can make those plays, and give them, they call them 50-50 balls sometimes. And, if they're 50-50, then you're going to take a lot more shots at them offensively. And, we want to make sure that we can handle and believe that they're going to be 50-50. If they start going 80-20 the other way, then they're not worth it. And, so we want to see what kind of guys can go up and get the ball and make some plays, and then see who can really handle in the back end. We had some issues with that last year, and we got to find out now, if we can do the things we'd like to do.
I've seen 2 young guys in that wide receiver core that have impressed me. I'm just interested in your thoughts. Alec Pierce, Ja'Shawn Jackson. Those 2 have really kind of stood out the first 2 days.
I think those are 2 guys that do some unique things. I mean, Alec has got a guy that can kind of stretch the field. He's got some speed and size. And Ja'Shawn's a guy that can play in the slot a little bit more, that that might be able to catch some things and create some things inside. But there's some other young guys in Michi and those things that are kind of guys that probably can do it all, so one little thing doesn't show up. But I know they're really going to help us, and we just got to keep pushing them along to find a way to get them in there so they can play fast and confident.
How important is it for those young guys, that group, to push Jerron Rollins, Thomas Geddes, Malik Mudge, to get them kind of, realize that, hey, it's
we say it in every room. When we get this thing to where we want it, and I mean the program and through time and things and development, I think you're going to create those healthy competitions within those rooms, and those guys do nothing but make each other better. And it's not that, hey, we're not going to play 8 or 9 wide receivers. That's not the objective. The objective is to play 5 or 6 guys that really deserve it, and they continue to make each other better, because there's only this many reps and this many opportunities that you got to fight for.
We knew the 2018 class was big in terms of where it was rated, but seeing these guys out here, do you kind of look around and go, yeah, that's what we were looking for? Bringing in freshmen that, Tavion Thomas looks like a senior.
There's a noticeable size difference, and I think you can start right there with Tavion. Obviously, it's just a 240-pound tailback, and as you can go across the front to the offensive lineman. I mean, just whether it's from Lawrence Metz to Colin Woodside, I mean, just across the board, a lot more size and length than the Josh Wileys and Michi Harris's and things like that. That I think we got to continue to get, and about that is you got to really develop it. And that takes a lot of the off season. Yeah. Some of those guys are longer and not quite as fast and as strong maybe to start with, but in the long run they're going to be better. Offensive
line was where I was going to go next. When you looked at that room in the spring, you almost thought they're kind of small. 6'4", 6'5". The biggest guy. You look at that room now. You mentioned Matt. You mentioned Darius Harper. It's physically completely different looking room.
It is, and I think that's what you like. As maybe some of those guys are backup guys, maybe some of those guys are truly developmental in another year or so. But you like what the future is, and that's going to create that competition we're talking about as we continue to push forward. And I wouldn't count any of those guys out. It's only the second day of camp, and we're going to start throwing those guys in there, and we get pads on and say, hey, if they've got what it takes, then it's on us as coaching staff to do what it is that they can do.
Is that fun for you, getting to rotate so many guys? Because especially like corners, DBs, safeties, linebackers, a lot of rotation in these first 2 days.
You got to, and I think the pace of the game is being played today, and the pace at which we practice at. Sometimes it's hard to roll up front offensive line, and we do it everywhere else. The D-line, even doing it at linebackers, and for us to be able to do that in the back end, I think is going to be what's going to tell if we can withstand and hold up in some of the up-tempo, up-speed games that we're going to play this year.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.